Third time's a charm. Okay, so right before the break, we did our stretches and compressions. So if we had our equation, let's put y equals a, um, it doesn't matter if it's cos or sine, I'll just put cos, and then the k value went right here, and then the x value. So the a value changed your amplitude, and it either changed your direction if it was negative, so instead of being sine where you go middle high, if this was negative, sine would start off middle low, so it's the vertical reflection. And then your k value, which is inside the function because it's happening within that, is it changes your period. So this changes period, and remember, our period can be found by taking 360 degrees and dividing it by whatever that k value is. So all that means is how long it takes to complete one cycle. So today we're getting into translations and combinations of everything. So a translation is either up or down, vertical, or left or right, horizontal. First example we have here, these all deal with vertical transformations. How do I know that? They're outside of the function. Okay, so I'll do that in green, put that there, vertical translation, up or down, C units. So what, for me, when I'm doing this, this is our amp line. And it'll change, and when I go through these examples, you'll see what I mean. So if I'm going to graph cos as my regular graph, it will be in black, and one cycle takes 360 degrees. We goes cos, never mind, we don't go there. Cos starts off at high. High is 1 at 0 at 1. High, middle, low, middle, high. So if we're looking at this one, our amp line happens at 0. So if I were to throw an amp line on here really quickly, there's my amp line. And you can see that it represents the middle point when we're doing our dots. Okay, so I am going to extend this backwards because why not? Let's show 2 full cycles of said graph. Okay, high, middle, low, middle, high, middle, low, whoops, middle, high. Okay, so then we want to do something a little bit different. We want to take our base graph and we want to vertically translate it up by 2 units. So we are going to do this in purple. What that does is it changes our amp line. Our amp line now is at +2. And from here, I would go up 1, down 1. It's always nice to know where your amp line is. So we'd start off high, middle, low, middle, high, middle, low, middle, high. Oh, practice. Well, it's almost more like 2 weeks. We just put the arrows on here showing that it continues to cycle. And then let's do one where our amp line has been moved down to -3. So again, throw your amp line on there. -3. Boom, happens right there. I'm going to do this graph in yellow because that's fun. And it's still a cos, so from the amp line, high, middle, low, middle, high, go backwards, middle, low, middle, high. So again, this just oscillates back and forth between these 2 values. When you're doing your domain and range for any of these, you have to consider the top and the bottom. So for purple, domain x such that x is a set of the real. And then our range for purple is y such that, what's our highest value and our lowest value? So our lowest value is 1, less than or equal to y is less than or equal to our highest value is 3. I forgot something. Y is the set of the real. Where y is the set of the real. And if we're looking here, like purple just goes between there and there. That's its range. Whereas yellow, domain again, x such that x is a set of the real. But our range is going to be y such that, what's our lowest term? -4, and our highest term is -2. So lowest term first, -4 less than or equal to y less than or equal to -2, where y is the set of the real. So what's important from this? It's important that you know, whether it's the cosine or the sine graph, doesn't matter. This is your vertical translation, up, down, and it changes your amp line. I like to actually graph this first if I'm given options, and you'll see that in the next few examples.